Hi, everyone, and thanks for those of you who are online with us tonight. My name's Lisa, and other Lisa will be introducing herself in a moment. We are really enjoying doing these fortnightly online inspirations and hope that you're enjoying them and hope that you're sharing the opportunity with your friends to watch these and to learn as well. Tonight we're doing berries and lots of different berry type dishes. There's even a main course, which is really curious. I am going to do the raspberry antioxidant juice, and I'm doing the mixed berry smoothie bowl with LSA, for those of you who know what that is, and a raspberry whip for dessert. Very quickly, because I forgot, I've been around a little while, since 2008. I've had a 31, a 5, and a 6, and I've been a team leader for a while, and I've also been to New Zealand as a business manager with Thermomix. So it's just an amazing company to work for, and I love working with all our consultants, and it's something that we would love for you to inquire about if that's something that you might like to find out more information or earn your Thermomix or anything along those lines. So I'm going to swing to Lisa G.
Yep. Hi, I'm Lisa G. I have been a consultant or a team leader for 8 out of the last 10 years. I took 2 years off, came back through COVID because I was very excited about doing Zooms and all that sort of stuff, which I love. And tonight I am going to cook quinoa salad with strawberry vinaigrette and a raw strawberry cheesecake. I love this cheesecake. I actually had it when a few years ago we were doing team meetings, and every time you do a team meeting, everybody brings a plate. And one of the girls brought this along, and it was delicious. So I'm very excited.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, now you're up first, Lisa, because we've got to get that
Yep.
quinoa cooked.
Yep, with the quinoa. So I am just going to swap over. I've got all my bowls ready. So it says this. So this is for the salad. It says red quinoa, but I've actually got tricolor quinoa today, and I have weighed in. Let's go to our recipe. Audio. So I popped them in my week. Lisa actually sent me the collection for tonight, and I've popped them in my week. There we go. So this is actually an American recipe that you'll see. So if I start cooking, it'll say insert the simmering basket, and then 9 ounces of red quinoa. So the TM6 will actually change from metric to imperial if the recipe asks for it. And so it's asked for 9 ounces. I've given it 9 ounces.
And you just
Then,
hold out your
yep,
ingredients, don't you? Just hold them up and go,
yeah.
I wonder what that is.
And then 35 ounces of water. Now there's a couple of different ways of cooking our quinoa. We'll do one way now, and then we'll talk about a different way that you can do it. Insert the measuring cup. And then what I'm going to do is pop this on my Thermomix at the back, because it's going to, oh no, 10 seconds at speed 5. So it's just going to wash the quinoa first. And then I'm going to pop it at the back on for cooking. So keep measuring cup inserted. Wait for it to stop. Put that on. And then it is 24 minutes, 250 degrees Fahrenheit, and speed 1. Here.
So already you can see the benefit of having two bowls. You'll see us both juggling bowls all night, which means we can just wash one, we can have one dry, one wet, all those sorts of things. We're privileged because we've actually got two Thermomixes, which is fantastic, but also something that anyone else can have in their kitchen. So it might be something that you want to pop on your Christmas list to grab a second one. The bowl is on offer now as a gift with purchase with some other bits and pieces. So also something that if you are purchasing, you might like to take advantage of. All righty.
Yeah. Do you want me to keep going with the vinaigrette, or are you going to do your?
I'll do the juice. So,
Cool.
yep. So you'll see me running backwards and forwards to the freezer. I seem to have got all the frozen fruit things tonight, but I've got some out. So as Lee said, she's put the recipes in my week, as have I. Just means that we can meal plan, and when we're doing, I just do it for all my dishes. It's also an easy way when you're just flicking around to just go, oh, I might cook that Sunday. You can always move it around. So it's a great thing to do from that perspective as well. All right, so raspberry antioxidant juice. And just to remind people that the recipe is all there. So it's like having the cookbook right next to you. So I know some people are still using cookbooks and using, printouts from varying apps and things. So you have it right here and you can go back to it any time you like. So this says prep time 10 minutes and 30 minutes for total time. That's because it goes in the fridge to get cold as well. So it's really, really quick. So I have pre-prepped, of course, and I have actually halved the recipe because there's two of us and it's juice. So we don't want a huge amount of juice for dinner because we're also having smoothie bowl for dinner. So it says grapefruit, but I can't eat grapefruit. So I have used orange just as a substitute. So it will take a little bit of, it'll be a bit sweeter, but that's fine. Then it also says pink lady apple. So I've got a little bit of pink lady apple and 180 grams of raspberries. So I've used fresh raspberries. You could use the frozen, but I bought fresh today. And I have sprig of mint as well. And that's all going in. There's no sugar or anything in this one, except there's honey instead. So again, just from a healthy perspective, of course, this one, antioxidants, we're talking vitamin C, we're talking immune system, and it's just something a bit different. Right at the moment, I'm trying like a different juice every couple of days just to see what they're like. And then I'm making a juice collection of the ones that I do like. Measuring cup. Missing. Okay, so this is going to go for 1:30. So once this gets going, Lisa will start on the strawberry vinaigrette, which is divine. I'm just saying.
Cool. And then I also promised to talk about another way of cooking quinoa and couscous, mainly couscous, and other things, is that you use your varoma. You get baking paper, wet the baking paper and scrunch it. And then we can put it sitting out, and you can do, you can make an omelette on there. You can make sure you wet your couscous, cook it on there, it steams, it's beautiful. So it's just another way of doing things. Right. So the vinaigrette asked me to weigh in my olive oil. So I've already done that into my little pot. So in this bowl, I have strawberries, 250 grams of strawberries. I'll just move this over. I can see on this side. So we've got strawberries, lemon juice, red wine vinegar, honey, Dijon mustard, ground ginger, salt. So I've got all of that in here. Of course, I want to scrape out because the honey sank to the bottom. Make sure I get all the ingredients in there. And that was super easy. So for tonight, I haven't had to buy any ingredients at all. which is fantastic. So 2 minutes, speed 4. And then it says, meanwhile, follow the next step, which is slowly pour the oil into the mixing bowl lid. So because we've got our gap in the front of our MC, we can just pour our oil on. And it drizzles in. So this is the same as when you're making mayonnaise. And you're emulsifying, which is usually speed 5. Just, I can see at the top, so I've still got 1:20 to go.
So I'll just jump in with
the
juice. So far, it's just an amazing color because those beautiful raspberries. Ooh. Yeah. And then it basically is just to put the water in. I said scrape down. There was masses on the lid, which you probably saw me doing while Lisa was doing her thing. I'll just scrape it down because it is a juice. So it's not hard. Now remember, it says 450, but I've halved it. Oops, and spilt it. But that's all right. I shall dry it. Doesn't affect your screen if it it's perfectly fine to get wet. Okay, next, and put the measuring cup back in, and then obviously this is going to mix, so it's just a quiet mix. This one. So this juice doesn't have any ice or anything, and with it fresh berries, so it's not not cold. You could add some ice. The recipe says to put it in a jug to cool before you serve it. That's why the recipe says 30 minutes. So you could add some ice, but I'll just pour a glass because I don't mind if it's not. And yeah, there's 2 glasses worth. You can see that one. Beautiful.
That looks
I'll
good.
put that back out at the end when we do our little show and tell. And I will put the rest in here. I'm just thinking that being evening, I think my husband would probably be able to add vodka or something.
Nice. Good idea. So here's my vinaigrette. I'll show you as I pour it in. Oh gosh, that looks good. Okay. There, let me tip that. Not a bit too much. There we go. How beautiful and red. I can see why they wanted the red quinoa as well. But as always, no Thermomix police. Use what you've got. Okay, so place a bowl into the mixing bowl lid. Mixed salad greens. So here's one I prepared earlier. Then whole strawberries sliced and red onion thinly sliced. Now what I did just before is I used my cutter to cut my strawberry and my onion. So there's our slice of strawberry. And there is my slices of red onion as well. So I did both of those on thick slice. So I'll just put all those in. And that was super quick, like 20 seconds, not even that. And then I'll pop my strawberries in. So when you're doing things such as strawberries and avocado in the cutter, you want to make sure that they are firm. It's not gonna, if your strawberries and avocado are not firm, it won't cut as well. And we're all about quality with our Thermomix. Go. I have to admit, I've never had a salad with strawberries in it. So I'm very intrigued.
So the story about the salad is I practiced it And I've got a husband that really doesn't like fruit or salad, maybe a little bit of rockets. We'll eat a Thai salad, that sort of thing. And he loved it and said he would enjoy that again. And today he saw that there was some vinaigrette left, and it was like, could we have that salad again? So I'm pretty happy about that one. And the vinaigrette could go on any salad. You don't need to follow, the directions or quinoa or anything. And go on, Liz.
No, that's cool.
You haven't put the quinoa in there yet? No, of course not.
No,
still cooking.
No, it's still cooking.
Yeah.
So, but I'll just throw the pine nuts in as well, and then we'll do the quinoa when it's ready.
Okay, now I am doing the smoothie bowl. There are many smoothie bowls on Cookie Do, different colors, obviously different ingredients, different, completely different mixes. So again, it's like, do a different juice every day, search for other things just to give yourself variety. So this is obviously a berry one because we're on berries tonight. There's a couple of beautiful green ones as well. So for this one, this is for 2 people. So again, lovely dinner for us. So I've prepped a little bit of stuff, but the first thing I'm going to do, so I'm going to go out of this because I remember now, this recipe has LSA in it. And LSA is one of those kind of products that lots of people like from a health perspective. You can put it in anything when you're cooking, even juices, smoothies, anything. And it costs quite a lot, and it also doesn't keep well. So it's something that we can make in the Thermomix. I've halved this recipe. You could quarter it. You could also even make just enough for what you need. And it's called LSA. So the LSA is linseeds, sunflower, and almonds. And I've got those all ready. So this is 15 portions, but with this sort of thing, what's a portion? So it's asking me to go out of the other recipe, which obviously I need to. So I say yes. And then I've got the ingredients. Taken my lid off. So remember, when you take your lid off, make sure you check to tear. And my sous chef beagle is just following me everywhere today. I'm having to tread over him. Okay, so linseed. So this is going to make quite a bit, but we'll use it up in our smoothies. And some sunflower seeds and just a few almonds. You can vary it. You could put other things in. You could put more of one thing or less of whatever. Okay, and then it's this simple. I seem to have lost an MC somewhere. This is how simple it is. Done. Okay?
Yeah.
So just to show you, probably easy to see it that way. Basically, it's just, powder, healthy powder. And that's why you can just put it in anything, sprinkle it on your porridge. This is going in, obviously, this smoothie bowl. Put it
and
in
it saves a lot of money too, because a lot of people, it costs a lot of money to buy LSA in a packet.
Absolutely.
You can just throw the bits together from your own cupboard.
So that's little bowl there. So that's half. So it depends on how much you go through as to how much you make. And as I said, what I could have done is just made enough for the one recipe tonight, but I know we'll use it up. Okay, so I'm done with that one. So I'm going to go back to the other recipe, which is this pretty one. Okay, and then start cooking. I've done the pistachios. They're just crushed. I'll show you at the end. So that's done. I'm just going next. But what I could be doing is going to my recipe detail and going, well, I've done the pistachios in advance, or I've already got them in jars or whatever. And I can go, well, I've done that step. So I'm just going to start from step 2. And it automatically goes to that spot in the recipe. They're in the freezer. And Blueberries. Okay. Right. So I've got frozen strawberries. Nearly enough. And frozen blueberries. So because these are frozen, it's going to give it that fuller texture than the juice. Banana, which I didn't want to open too soon. I like my bananas quite green, so it's a little bit firm, but it'll still emulsify. And I've got my apple. Sorry, I keep stepping away. So it's asking for,
you've got like all the ingredients over again.
Yeah. So I've got the half the apple, and it asks you to keep some to go on top. So they go in. I didn't do 2 centimeters, but I forgot. I thought it was little bits to put on. Fruit juice of your choice. So I've just got fresh orange. So any juice that you wanted. And the LSA, so 20 grams. It's quite light, so it'll be a little bit. But you can see I'm going to have a lot left. Might just put a bit extra. Yeah. And the maple syrup. Again, the natural sugars from a health perspective. I thought the hemp seeds went on top. So I'm just going to go back and check the recipe. Okay, hemp seeds go in.
I just bought some hemp seeds actually, because I've seen a few recipes recently that have them in them. I'm very keen to give them a try.
Okay. I'm just going to guess. I need some to go on top. So there's 3 in there. That'll be good. So back to little trick that I do when I'm moving around, to get back to where I am. Sometimes I go to the next step and then go back because I know I'm right on the edge. So that's in, and measuring cup. This goes for a minute.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So now I'm going to do the raw strawberry cheesecake. So, start cooking. So I've already got, my macadamia nuts, my dates, my desiccated coconut, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And that's it. You just dip it in. So I'm not going to spill as I usually do. Put the MC on. So 20 seconds, speed 9. And that's just making the base. And then I've got my rose gold tin. Right. I'll just show you that, and then I'll press it into the tin, and Lisa can put on. That was really simple. So 4 ingredients. I'll just pop it in my tin and press it down.
Okay. So I will get a book stand to show at the very end, but that's it in my bowl. Ooh. And then it tells you the things to put on top. So half an apple cut into cubes, some mulberries, optional, I don't have any, some blueberries, optional, but I've just got some frozen ones, and some coconut chips. I don't have coconut chips, but I've got shredded coconut. So what I do, because I'm Miss Rustic and I wouldn't know what to do with that, is I go back to my recipe and then I look at the picture.
Me too.
And then I copy the picture. So half of this this stuff should go on. Sorry, someone else has just arrived, so I will let them in. Beautiful. So a little bit of this, and I'll save a little bit for the other bowl. And then the pistachios that I told you about at the beginning. So they're going to go on. So it looks like the picture so far. A bit of coconut. Well, at least you're going to be proud of me with this one.
I think I'll be pretty. Instagram worthy?
Yes, I think so.
Ooh,
I'm
awesome.
even going to strategically place. Oh, I decided to use raspberries because I had a few left instead of blueberries. I thought, pretty.
Whoa. And there's my base. I'm just going to toss that in the freezer while I make the filling.
And apple. All right. I'm going to try and hold it up. Pretty.
Ooh, that looks awesome.
But yeah, at the end, I will get it on a better angle. Oh, actually, I could do that now.
Ooh.
That's better, isn't it?
Yeah, that looks good. There's some really great smoothie bowls, and what's the other one? The savory kind of bowls. Poke bowl, that's it. That's it. Some really good ones in cookie dough. Really good.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to pop that in the fridge, and then otherwise it will just melt before the end. And I'm going to be making something else.
Right. And I will just start mine as well. So 400 grams, this is the cheesecake part of the raw cheesecake. 400 grams of raw cashews that I've actually sat in water for an hour. That it's not as well, cashews are the shortest one for activation. Putting your nuts in water helps activate them and helps your gut. Bit of a health thing. So I will put my cashews in. Then I've got lemon flesh. Then I have got in here, I have pure maple syrup, coconut oil, natural vanilla extract. Now, of course, as always, it says 1 teaspoon, 1 squirt, pinch of sea salt, and a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar in there. And then also 120 grams of water. But of course, I ran out of room in my glass bowl. That is here. And then my 250 grams of fresh strawberries. Insert measuring cup. This is super easy. This is something you could take when you need to take a plate. So speed 9 for a whole minute. Gonna whip it up.
Minute. Perfect. I'm making the raspberry whip, which is just such an easy dessert. A little bit different to a sorbet and a fruity dream, for those of you who know what those are. A little bit lighter. And just a super easy barbecue dessert with guests or just the family. 100 grams of raw sugar. One of these I was going to show this one. So what I'm going to show you here is 6 portions for us tonight. Just be a little bit much. So some of our recipes, you can use created recipes and you can create your own and you can bring them from Recipe Community. But some of the recipes are already set up for us on Cookie Dough. If you see the serving size with a little arrow, it means that you can actually alter it and it will be preset for you at different ones. So when I halved that recipe at the beginning, it didn't do that for me. So I just did that myself. But this one, I'm going to change it from 6 portions to 4 portions. And then push apply. And you'll see now it says 4. I should go back and I will show you when it's 6. So just for an example, 100 grams of raw sugar, 300 of frozen raspberry. When I convert it to 4, it's down to 65 and 200 grams. And the rest of the ingredients all by itself, which is amazing. And so you can increase that, could have gone up to 8, or it could go down. And then there are other ones where you can do the same, but it'll save for your created recipes, which we talk about sometimes on other sessions. So my sugar's going in. So now I can start. And I don't know whether I did it for the big number or the little number. So I'll just be very careful when I weigh. Yeah, get it right. Bit more. And so this is the obligatory mill the sugar. So those of you who've got Thermomixes will have seen. Those of you don't, I'll show you the magic. 10 seconds.
Cool. And I've got my strawberry cheesecake.
Yum.
Let me, oh, right. So I just need to get my base back out. And I have an Insta-worthy thing as well.
So for those who may be brand new, so that was 10 seconds, raw sugar to icing sugar. So there's no going to be any crunchy bits in the whip. Sorry, next bit, 200 grams of frozen raspberries. So close enough, as we say. Lemon juice. So I've just got a teaspoon. Did measure that. And then what's fantastic also is some of the recipes, and this might be something you know, but some of the recipes, they show you how to roll the doughs and things like that. We have little videos now, and we'll be able to get more. And when you look on your Thermomix in your cookie dough section, which you swipe right, the videos on there you can play on your Thermomix as well. So it's just telling me that it wants me to stir that around as it's going, and that helps to make it more of an even chop, which is a really good thing to do with when you're doing salads as well, you know, beetroots or broccolis, things that are harder. That way you'll get a nice even mix. So then I know how to do that now. It's told me. It says speed 4, 5, and then gradually to speed 10. I'll do it quite quick from 5. It's not.
Awesome.
Good. So because that didn't have as much in it, my spatula actually didn't touch it. So that's why I could hear it struggling a little bit. But there you go. Remember, we're still going to be mixing it more with beautiful colours. I'll just scrape that down because we've got another picture as well, which is going to show me how to put the butterfly in. So let's watch that video because I haven't seen this one. Very quickly, you put it on top of the blades. And because it's got something in there, it helps if you scrape it like I have scraped it aside, and then you can stick it on. It doesn't really matter when you've got nothing in it, but there is a way you can feel it fit if it's by itself with a bigger blade. And so next, 1 egg white. And measuring cup in. Now this goes for 2 minutes. And that's dessert.
And then I'll show you some stuff. So when you've used your spatula to get your basket out, you can actually sit it there in the bowl and let it drain like I have. And then with the basket with the lid, you just tip. You tip it out and out it comes. So I'm going to put my quinoa in the fridge in a moment, but I wanted to show you the flick. So I've scraped out a bunch of stuff, but I've still got some of that cheesecake mix on my blades. So I am just going to go out of my recipe, pop my lid and measuring cup on. And what we want to do is flick the ingredients off the blades. So I'm just going to dial it. I'm just going to dial it straight around to 10, but less than 10. And it's flicked the stuff off the blades, and then I'll be able to scrape out easier. Now, don't forget the spatula. That's the bottom of the bowl. That's the side of the bowl. And as you can see there, it's actually flicked the ingredients off the blade. Now, I hang my bowl off my thumb. Obviously, if the pins are hot, I put my fingers at the tip and I just go around top to bottom and get the stuff out. And then, let's see if we can do it this way. Yeah, how's that?
Yeah, good.
Yeah. And so you scrape. And I actually put the back of the spatula up against the blades as well to get that stuff out.
And so
with a little bit of practice. Oh, yeah.
No, you go.
I was just going to say, with a little bit of practice, you can get this bowl really, really clean. So you don't need to wash it as much. And you get all of the ingredients into your...
That.
Ooh, nice.
And what it is, for those of you who are Fruity Dream aware, we only put, even if I did the full recipe, it's only half the amount of berries that you would put in that. It's obviously got more sugar. You could cut the sugar, absolutely. But it is a dessert. So it's fluffed up more because there's less berries in there, so it's not as icy. And I'm going to dish some of that out while it's like that, because I don't want it to flop down.
And I'm going to try my best Instagram-worthy top of my cheesecake.
Yeah, so this is quite firm. The colour's amazing.
Oh, wow. That looks so good. And I've got almond slivers, goji berries, blueberries, and some actual shredded coconut for mine. And I'm going to go to the picture as well. As I can.
Just
go. Shredded coconut.
clean this up. Probably if I was using this, you can see it's a beautiful little cup.
Oh, awesome.
I might put some berries or something on top. I might do that in a minute.
Make it look flat.
And then while Lisa's doing that, look at I did little baby ones.
Yes.
So we also have these mini, what are they called? Springform. Little mini ones. So you get 4 in a set. You can get 4 little mini bunt ones as well. So I just used the exact same recipe, but it did it into 4. This little dessert, this freezes, you can keep this in your freezer for ages. Just cover it. When I've made the big one, I slice them up, but I thought, why not make little ones? And you can serve 3 or 4 people out of one of those. I'm going to try and plate it because I've never done it in the spring form. So, and I've taken it out of the freezer for just a little while, as it's said to.
And you can see how big this one is, that you've got lots of ability to do different things with the mix. And it's so quick.
Oh, I'm pretty happy with that.
Yum.
How beautiful is that? Now, you saw how quick it was.
Beautiful.
So it just needs to freeze. So you need 6 hours. So you can make it in the morning and you can have it for the night. So and also allowing the time for the cashews to, it's an hour for the cashews. So you need to factor that in. And look how beautiful is that? Just,
And there's my one.
and it's
Pre-frozen.
raw. Yeah, look at that.
That looks
Beautiful.
so good, the little one.
Twins. The lights a bit.
Yes.
There you go. That's better, isn't it?
Yeah, that looks
Awesome.
awesome.
So I've got
Looks so good.
dessert and all that stuff. All right, we've done really well tonight. So hopefully
Yes.
that's given you lots of ideas just with berries. Some just to open your mind as to just Google around on Cookie Do and just type in whatever you've got in your type in peaches and see what comes up from seasonally. The really important thing is to make sure that your Cookie Do settings are on English with no countries ticked, because that's the only reason we found the salad recipe, because it's from America. So if we just had Australia ticked, never would have found that recipe. And so that's something that is a good way to search all the time, but then you can always flick it over to a country when you want something specific. I often do UK when I want to do sort of fruit and veg in season, because they have beautiful ebooks on just whole, just fruits. So I often do that. So it narrows it down for me just to specifics. So you just use Cookie Do, however, you can't break it, as I keep saying to people, just have a play. If you make a collection and then you don't like it, you can delete it. You can put recipes wherever you like and then delete them or try them and then move them. So it's just a really powerful tool, and it was great for this because we were like, let's do berries. So we did.
What are we doing, berries?
Now, offers. What's on at the moment? We have the bowl blade lid set, as I think mentioned at the beginning, and it comes with the glass vacuum seal containers that Lisa's running to get. So you can get that as an add-on. So you're talking about $400 plus $500 worth of goodies when you purchase. So let your friends know. Remember also, there's Lisa with it. You get the wand as well, and the wand you can also use in your bags for your sous vide as well. We sell the bags on Mix Shop with the hole, so you just pump it out, which is easier than with the Ziploc bags just going in the water and things like that. So now the other thing is, because I know a lot of you have a Thermomix, remember that whenever you have a friend that wants to buy, fantastic, host a cooking experience and get yourself some beautiful host rewards, or refer them specifically to your consultant. You need to contact your consultant because they need to set up a specific link for you to use for your friends, and you'll receive $100 Mix Shop voucher for introducing your friend to the Thermomix. So please remember those couple of things. We are always happy to have new recruits and new consultants joining, and right now we have a half-price business kit. So for $75, you can start your business and start selling Thermomixes and making a part-time, full-time, whatever it is that you'd like to do. Lise, have I missed anything?
No, join us and have fun.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I've got my books tonight.
Awesome.
I've got my books, I hope.
Yes,
Need more.
So with my salad, I then put in, so I've got the pine nuts, the actually goat cheese, and the couscous. I'm just waiting for the couscous to cool down enough. That's all right. There's my vinaigrette for my salad as well. Yeah, hopefully you've all enjoyed tonight.
Yeah, and I'm just putting my LSA,
Oscar.
All of
My
a few new things.
my two little berry desserts, and I've got so much, Lise, tonight. I'm not going to fit it on. Not going to fit it on my books.
2 things.
I can't fit it on. I will dispose of the LSA and put that there. And maybe I'll just pop the cheese.
Oh, maybe I could just
cute
jump
little
over in the
cheese
car now and try it out.
All right.
It all looks so delicious, doesn't it?
It does.
Here we go. My books.
Cool. Maybe we stop recording when we show everybody all our stuff.
Yeah, so there we go. Thank you so much for coming again, and we'll be back in 2 weeks with another theme. We're heading into Christmas, so we're looking at entertaining, some Christmas gifts, moving through those sorts of things. And of course, if you would like to see something in particular or a theme, please talk to us. Please let your consultant know, and they'll feed it back to us, because we're obviously always looking for ideas, and it's fun for us to, like tonight, we really had to look around to find recipes that we'd never made either. So all good to share. So thank you, everyone. We will see you very, very soon.